Oakes lets it run to Pembridge, drives. Oh, he hit the bar. What a great idea from Luton.
Peak with Hughes. Oh, and a nice little touch on when he was falling, and Sharp with a chance to score here, and he does it.
It's a hard one for Pembridge, very tight. Back to Priest, try to get it into Mick Harper. Up he goes. Hits the bar, Harper. Mick Harper puts Luton Town back in it.
Saunders. Rush. It's very well hit and very well held. Now Jones leads Herring back, and they're all now pretty much in place, they hope. Burrow's ball. Oh, and Rush beaten out by Lukic, and he stopped the follow-up from his own old Arsenal teammate Michael Thomas. Well, it was an incisive piece of play from Liverpool in the end. Mulvey into space that Rush wants to fill, has filled. Saunders sprinting into the centre. Newsom trying to keep tracks of him. Barnes hits it! Well, he was so deep, John Barnes, that in that instant he rifled it with the right foot. Off Barnes. Burrows has missed it, and it's off the line by Hutton from Fairclough.
Long kick from Coton. No Niall Quinn to aim for, but still just a long, deep kick. Here's Poynton. Sheeran comes back to Sheeran, and it's opened up for Neil Poynton. And Manchester City have the lead in the first couple of minutes. Simpson to come deep for this one. Searching out a lovely ball to Mike Sheeran. Looking for the right ball, Wayne Clark, and it was the right ball.
Relief for Everton and safety for them. A double over the Sky Blues, a rather fortunate goal, but thanks to the skill and the commitment of Peter Beardsley. Taking a slight deflection of Liverpool-born Brian Burrows. Coventry are grounded, and Beardsley was flippant, so ends a 7-match spell without a win.
Headed by Newell. Hill recovering the quicker. Kevin Russell onside, Mims out to meet him. Oh, only into the chest of Russell. What a chance for the substitute. He's run it in. A terrible blow for Blackburn Rovers inside the last 15 minutes. And the Leicester substitute, Kevin Russell, their match winner against Tranmere in midweek, may have done the trick again at Ewood Park. Scott Sellers again. Mike Newell. Great chance here for Wilcox. It just won't go in. It just won't happen for Blackburn.
Struggling Preston brought Stoke down to earth after the celebrations for reaching Wembley in midweek. The very first minute saw Stoke old boy Graham Shaw combine with Ronnie Jepson to set their home hearts a-fluttering. Indeed, it was Preston who scored the first goal. The Stoke defence looking pedestrian for a change, and David Thompson showing the sharpest footballing brain. But if anything, that brought the home side to life. Their build-up improved, and the real chance came when Paul Ware threaded a nice through ball to Steen. His finishing clinical. In the second half, Stoke dominated. They could perhaps have a penalty when Biggins was brought down inside the area. Instead, they played on, and it nearly worked well for Steen. His shot flashed just wide. But Biggins was to get a penalty in this game. His strong running caused repeated problems for the Preston defence, and the kick to the face from Mike Flynn secured the penalty award. Biggins made sure of his 28th goal of the season. Little wave to the keeper in celebration.
Bury, with back-to-back wins at home, were committed to sensible defence and direct offence. Kevin Hume's looping header elongating Neil Edwards. Stockport failed to live up to their proud boast of the best scoring ratio in Division 3. But Bury, with the second worst defensive record in the division, almost lived up to their reputation. Gary Flitcroft arguing with a divot, A long and agonising wait for the brave Gannon, a goalless draw of no great use to either side.
Things couldn't have got worse for West Brom recently. They've slid out of promotion contention, and so Chester picked a good time to play them. Darren Bradley's clumsy challenge on Stuart Rimmer, and Chester earned a penalty. Worse still for Bradley, he earned the professional foul red card. Graham Abel then duly converted, and Chester had their first goal in over 6 hours of trying. Sadly though, West Brom equalised late in the game. Darren Rodgers' header. West Brom take on Hull on Monday. Chester will be hoping that they take points off them as well.
Wigan's first half efforts were decidedly wind-assisted. Anything in the air was a problem today, and Patterson's helping header was dispatched untidily at the far post by Gary Worthington after 17 minutes. Ali Maxwell, on loan from Motherwell, was much the busier keeper. Joe Parkinson whistling one down the wind to test his mettle. And then Worthington pouncing on the kind of defensive error that a beleaguered keeper can well do without. But Phil Daly, the man denied. Bolton weren't in the end, though. Nicky Spooner's first goal for the club 4 minutes from time provided them with an equaliser.
It was Scunthorpe who scored first into the second half. Hamilton on the far post getting the cross in to cause trouble once more. John Buckley nodded it back across, and Ian Helliwell scored at close range. Was it over the line? Well, the replay suggests it was, but only just. Crewe deserved a goal and were peppering the Scunthorpe net. The best of their chances, this shot from Phil Clarkson. The goal did finally come, though, just before full time. It was rather presented on a plate by Scunthorpe. Craig Higners' tenacity paying off. The 1-1 scoreline, though, doesn't really help either side's promotion abilities.